So my name is Dr. Jennifer Gardella. I am a social media consultant. I work on blogging, SEO, LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, Twitter with my clients. And I am honored to have Nick Perdonison with me today of All in One. Nick is I'm going to say jack of all trades, because when I worked with him recently, he was literally willing to do anything for me during the day. We had a tricky move going on with some furniture shuffling in between 3 locations, and I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart for all of the peace he brought to the process and making sure that stuff got to the right place over 2-day time. So Nick, welcome.
Thank you. No, that was I think that was a bit of an overstatement. I mean, I'm very honored for you to say that. It was definitely a pleasure working with you, and I really appreciated the opportunity in the first place. So thank you.
Great. Well, what I offered to Nick at that point, he's a young guy living in Doylestown. One of the best lines I think on his website is that they've got some former Central Bucks School District football players who can come and help move stuff around or do stuff around your house. So Nick, why don't you explain to us a little bit about what your company does and where people can find you?
So it really does encapsulate the direction we're trying to take this. The philosophy is stated on the front page of the website, and that is from industry moonlighters to CBSD football players. So basically what we're trying to do here is I have a relatively close proximity to real estate, and a lot of the times in real estate, there's small repairs that come from, let's say an inspection report, for an example, and to hire an electrician to replace a doorbell is going to cost $150 an hour, right? Which is not necessary, nor to hire, college hunks hauling junk or got junk or, any of these large corporate companies, which are going to charge extraneous amounts for work that does not need to cost so much.
Sure.
So our idea is using the local network that we have to take on these projects at a lower price.
And you're also a realtor, is that correct?
That's correct. Yes,
so
at J.P.R. Malloy in Doylestown.
Right. You came highly recommended by my very good friend, Chris Nisbet, who I can tell you does not recommend or give high marks to anyone unless they 100% deserve her words. So you can rest assured that through me and Chris, we are two rather picky and selective individuals. So if we're recommending Nick and his guys, you can rest assured that they are safe and secure to work with.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you. No, Chris is she's a great friend, and she's been a great mentor. She's taken me on in a very big way, and I don't know if I would be here today without Chris Nisbet. So she is, she's really great.
She's a very special person. So let's get started. When we were, working together over a 2-day period, I shared with you what I do, and you're building a business, and I love to help small business owners in the Doylestown area. I actually was joking with myself before this started. I have one of those Doylestown strong signs I was going to put behind me but I didn't hang it on the wall yet. So I want to talk to you a little bit about, what you and other small business owners that may be watching this can do for their digital presence, because that literally is one of the only ways that you can be marketing your business today. And as we go through, I just look for this to be a great discussion. And so if I'm talking about something, you have no idea what I'm talking about, just, ask a question. Sure. I'm a professor, so I'm really used to lecturing, which my kids will tell you I do very well. So the first thing I want to go over is your website. You guys did it yourself, correct?
I made it myself. Yes, that was me. I taught myself how to do that over the past couple months, but I'm very happy with the final product. It took some time, but I think I got there. Now it's still a work in progress. That's what I'll say. But I am updating it on a pretty regular basis. So.
Now it's Weebly.
Say that again.
What did you build it in?
Oh, Wix.com.
Oh, Wix, that's right. Okay, so my first recommendation to you when you're building a Wix website, and a lot of small business owners start off this way, so it's perfectly acceptable what you've done. But you don't really actually own your Wix website. So it's a great place to get started. If you really have the time, what you want to do is teach yourself a system called WordPress. So,
WordPress. So I've heard the term before.
yeah, and I can tell you that at a minimum, if you go through the GoDaddy process of setting up a WordPress website, it is relatively painless. There will be some learning curves involved. Don't do anything fancy at first, but the reason why you want to have a WordPress website is because you then not only own your domain, so www all in one, but you also own your physical website. Right now you don't.
Yeah.
So that if Wix goes away tomorrow, so does your website.
Right.
So
So get to WordPress, but get to WordPress through GoDaddy. That's
GoDaddy, WP Engine, Bluehost, they all have WordPress platforms for you to put your website on. We can talk about things like adding security. WP Engine is the best for that. It's $35 a month. The reason why I say go through GoDaddy right now is because it is almost a plug and play experience in setting up a WordPress website, and you can call them endlessly with questions.
which I probably would.
And then what you can do is when when you have a little bit more budget and you want to upgrade to something like WP Engine, you can then have it migrated over. I put all of my sites, I have several sites that, one, my daughter blogs on, and two that I use that aren't making any money yet. So those I use GoDaddy and Bluehost for.
Sure.
For jennifergardella.com, that is securely locked down in WP Engine.
That's a beautiful website. And I watched your TED Talk as well, and I was very impressed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So what you want to do is you want to have your website, you want to own it. Think about your website as an RV, and you got to be really careful where you park it.
Okay.
So you want to
start with GoDaddy when the income can justify it. WP Engine.
Exactly. And then what you want to do right away is start blogging.
Is that right?
Yes. So you have an SEO problem right now. You can't be found in Google search, right?
Yeah.
So when I go looking for local Doylestown movers in my area, you're not going to pop up. I didn't run all the reports that I could run, but you're probably not. So
no, I don't. I've tried.
Okay, we're going to solve that problem in the next couple days. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start a blog. And your blog, I know people hate blogging. This is why I do it for clients. So your blog is a series of posts, 350 words, get in and get out around one very tight topic. Now, you, given your moving experience and also your realtor experience, have a super unique opportunity to really help people. Okay. So here's what we didn't do in my experience. You needed to show, and we didn't take pictures, right?
No. Well, actually, we did. We did take a few pictures here and there, but not enough. I know, not enough.
Okay, so I didn't know you did that. That's great.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take pictures of, this is all that we had to move for poor Jen, or this is what the truck looked like, or this is what we did. And you take pictures, and then you share your story about spending the day with me. Yeah. And that's a blog post. Yeah. You could also do blog posts on preparing to move, like how to make it cost effective. Now, in a non-COVID experience, you could actually visit someone's home and see the layout and what they have for you to move. Yeah. Now, you also went to another location for me and picked up furniture. That we didn't have a lot of control over. By the way, my friend Kitty, who you picked up furniture from, raved about you as well. So
is that right?
Just wanted to mention that. He was very polite, which we all like to hear, especially for those of us who are mothers who think we're raising out of control children. So tell your parents they did a good job.
No, my mother would probably say the same thing.
So yeah, you want to make sure that you're sharing what you do, how to prepare for your move, like how many boxes, what do you need your clothing to look like?
How to do the estimates, right?
Exactly. And fill your website. And then as a realtor, if the website all-in-one is going to encompass your realtor also, which it's allowed to, you and Chris would have to work out exactly how that would work.
Yeah.
But, how to prepare your home to get sold, what's going on with COVID. One thing that you could do right now is, safety measures with COVID. You and I talked before my move about how we wanted to be safe. Yeah. And you were ridiculously safe. I think by the end of the day, though, everyone was so exhausted. It was just like, oh my God.
Off. They did.
It's really hard to move big boxes with masks on.
It is.
We tried our best. We did a lot of social distancing. I sprayed a lot of Lysol afterwards, just in case.
And we're all okay here today.
And we're almost outside the 2-week window, so we're all good.
Yeah.
So, but that's what you need to be doing. So why do we want to blog on your website? We want to blog so that when I am sitting in my house in Doylestown and I'm looking for a moving company, your wording that you want to rank for is written into your website.
Okay.
So if you don't have the words Doylestown Moving Company written into your website, you're not going to rank on it.
Okay.
And I've started oh, go ahead.
So is that something that will automatically aggregate into Google? Let's say I type those words into the website, wherever they may be, it'll automatically aggregate.
It will. The next thing though that you should do is you should submit your sitemap. Just write this down because I don't really do this. But cool. So we want you to submit your sitemap to Google.
Okay.
That
doing that.
I'm sorry?
How would I go about doing that?
Well, you have to Google it and follow the directions. It's not something that I do. Like a website developer would do that. And there's plenty of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
All jokes aside about you being a millennial, you can do a lot of this yourself. So a lot of my clients are like me. We grew up with the telephone attached to the kitchen wall. But for millennials like you, it's watch a couple YouTube channels, stay up till 3 in the morning, and suddenly you're good.
I remember the corded telephones on the wall too, and I'm 22, and I remember the corded telephones. I was very young, but I do remember them.
Okay, so that's what you want to do, and also you want to set up Google Analytics on your website. So that's a Google Analytics account. You have to set that up on Google Analytics. You get your code. Wix at this point probably has a spot for you to put that in. When you redo your next website when you redo your website and you upgrade to WP or WordPress in some way, you're going to want to download a plugin and put that in.
Okay.
Google Analytics tells you, okay, how am I doing? How many people are coming to my website now?
So so Wix does have a system to tell me that. Now I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe Google Analytics is better. It probably is. Now where do you stand on what's it called? The marketing that Google does. Google
AdWords?
Google AdWords, there you go. So
a big piece of Google AdWords is going to be you having a website that can support your AdWords. So if you have let's just say you're going to advertise on Doylestown Moving Company.
Yeah.
Your ads are going to do better if you have blog posts and pages on your website around those keywords.
Okay, and be proactive about it.
Right.
Okay.
So you have to write those words in. So I always say, you're probably, depending on how quickly you do this, you're a couple weeks away from being able to run AdWords because there's like nothing for you to run AdWords to but a website, right? Or like a couple pages on a website. And your AdWords can be incredibly expensive. And remember, you're up against the big guys.
Yeah.
Now, I think locally, given who you are as a person, the recommendations that you have and your team, who wouldn't want a group of local guys who are trying to make it, especially during COVID, to help them with their move? So you have that. But however, if I look up moving company in Doylestown, Ryder, Allied, they're winning the war right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm not even coming up on Google. So,
right. So
it's all word of mouth right now.
Yeah. So, and hopefully, we can really move that. So the next thing on my list, you showed your paper, I got mine right here. I want you to set up a Google My Business account.
Yeah.
I love when I love when new people come to me and they're like, oh yeah, I know. I'm like, well then why the heck isn't it set up yet?
So I've started, I'm a few steps into it. So I enjoyed building the website, right? Because I can be creative and I can, kind of run with it. And then the Google end of things comes up and I'm just, but yes, so what was that Google,
Google My Business. So, when you pull up search results on the Google search page and there's a map in the middle.
Yeah.
That's your Google My Business listing. If you don't have a Google My Business listing, you're not going to be there.
Right. And how are those ranked?
A lot of different factors. So one, it's linked back to your website. So the bigger your website, the more pages around your core business areas.
Yeah.
You need to write the correct keywords into your Google My Business page.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to talk about Doylestown Moving Company to help, you relocate and all that. Yeah. And then also you can post to a Google My Business page.
Okay.
So you can share information, you can share your blog posts, you can share all sorts of information.
Okay.
And then your address plays a factor. And the biggest one for you is going to be reviews on that.
Yeah.
So I wrote you a review include on your, that's what I do,
What?
include on your website, you're
Yeah.
also then going to want to circle back to me and say, hey, Jen, my Google My Business page is set up. Could you please, in 200 words, different words than what I said before,
Yeah.
but can you write me a review?
And
you're gonna,
those are the reviews that come up when you look up any business on Google. Those are like I think they're Yelp, right? Or Yelp at least aggregates into it.
so that's a great position. That's a great point. Google aggregates reviews from around the internet.
Yeah.
So it can look at Yelp, Google My Business. It doesn't pull them from your website, but it pulls them from all sorts of different places.
Yeah.
So if you're going to have a Houzz, Houzz, which could be good for you, I'm really not sure. If you're going to have an Angie's List, if you're going to have any of those other directories set up, which at someone at your level, you have to be really careful because you can blow a lot of money for no reason at all with these. But anyway, so it does look around the web. For right now, we want you to have 10 to 20 really strong reviews on there. In fact, after you set up the Google My Business account, that's your first goal, 10 to 20 5-star reviews.
I mean, I think I could get 10 to 20 reviews from jobs that we've done, but my thinking is that the time to get reviews is somewhat in the past for some people. Even though we did good work and people were happy with it, now for me to go back and say, hey, listen, would you mind going on Google My Business and writing a review? I don't know, but right now I'd imagine I could get 5 to 10.
Yeah, and so I would just say there's no pain in asking, even if you don't get it.
Right.
Right.
Right. And then they were all happy with the work. So who knows, right? You're right. The worst they could say is no, right?
Or ignore you completely.
Yeah.
And remember, do you guys have, we'll get into this, but do you have a business Facebook page?
No, I do, but essentially.
So you can take reviews on that as well. And everybody listening or watching, which I'm having some tech issues, so I'm like barely breathing. I'm like sweating through my shirt right now. I'm so nervous about tech. But anyway, if you're watching and you're go over to the all-in-one, Nick will put a link in the comments to this later. Go over and like his business Facebook page.
So okay. I'm gonna have to probably recreate the Facebook page first, but that doesn't take that long. Especially now that the website is done, I can just pull from the website and use that to create the Facebook page.
Right, and remember, you're gonna make sure that those links on your Facebook page, on your website, go to the Facebook page.
The links on the website go to the Facebook page, right? So I have the little Facebook logo at the bottom, right? And it links to the Facebook page, but again, it's pretty much a void at this point.
Right. So you definitely want to set up your Google My Business first. That's your first assignment.
Yeah.
Your second one is to absolutely set up a Facebook page for your business. Now, normally, like if you go back and listen to some of my videos, or even if for many of you listening or watching this later on, you've heard me speak publicly before, I haven't actually been a huge fan of the business Facebook page because of the issues like Facebook really just wants you to advertise. They don't really show your stuff to a lot of people, except now in COVID, everybody's on Facebook all day long.
Yeah, you're right. Right. I mean, as much as I disagree with Facebook fundamentally, I know that they, right. Facebook's going to come after me for this. Exactly. I realize, I know how useful they can be. So
absolutely. So we want to make sure that, and for everyone listening, I can tell you this, I have yet to start working with any client or talk to any small business owner like Nick who has filled out their Facebook page completely.
Yeah.
I want you to make sure that you use the services tab on your business Facebook page and list out what you do.
Okay.
So you're going to list out moving company, realtor, odd jobs, whatever it is.
Handyman.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's perfect. I'll just share this story. It just reminds me when my parents were recently moving out of their home, my dad decided to take on a few of those repairs that came through the inspection report, fell off a ladder, shattered his ankle,
Yeah.
and would have gladly paid you guys, I think, a couple $100
Yeah.
rather than go through 2 surgeries and walk around in a cast for 6 months. So
Right.
you definitely have your market here. You just
Yeah,
have to get
no,
your word out.
a hyper local one. I think that was a great way to describe it, as you did.
You do. I mean, you don't want to be moving people in California,
No,
Massachusetts. Heck, you
no.
probably don't even want to go to York, Pennsylvania, or Jersey.
So the farther, so I'm actually I'm actually moving my older sister is about to start med school in West Virginia, and that, that's going to be a far move. That's about an 8-hour drive with a 20-foot truck. Okay. And I'm doing it for a dime on the dollar because she's my sister and she's lucky.
She is lucky.
Yes, but I would like to stay pretty local.
And I will say, one thing that I noticed during our day together, which we got a lot done, but your overhead is really low, which I think is really important in today's world. You pay your people well, your overhead is low. Like Nick just went out and rented a truck. He doesn't maintain a fleet. He doesn't have all of those issues that a lot of bigger moving companies have. So that's something that you really want to talk about too on your website. I mean, you did quote below. So.
Yeah. And yeah, part of that as well is that I would like to maintain sort of a pretty tight control on the jobs, right? I don't want to be contracting out work to people I don't know, right? So something that comes with that is that quotes be prepared diligently and executed on a case-by-case basis, because I would like to have my hands on the jobs, right, to make sure that they are taken care of well. But you are right that the overhead is low, and the price that comes from it will be low, and there will be personal care taken with each of the jobs.
Right. So that's something to write into your content too, that they get you on the job. So the business owner's coming in and he's going to be there all day.
Yeah.
So that's really important. So we're going to go to Facebook, fill out, and also, for a lot of business owners in the Doylestown area, I want to stress that there's a story part that's on your Facebook page. That is a great story to tell. You guys have a phenomenal story. You're local. You're the local boys. I love that.
Yeah,
So,
it's the philosophy behind the whole project. What's on the homepage. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fantastic. And then when you're looking at what do you share on Facebook, I want you to share all sorts of content: your pictures, your stories, your posts. Share information from other sites that relates to moving and how stressful it is, and always talk about how you solve the problem. And then I really encourage, especially people like you that have a personality, get on here and do Facebook Lives with your audience.
Yeah.
Even if no one is watching them at first, you build that body of knowledge. And then here's a great tip. And this is one that I've been doing with my clients, especially now during COVID. We do this live video. So I have a Zoom account set up.
Yep.
And I learned this from my crazy friends, Kristen Smedley and Mary Fran Bontempo. So you have a Zoom account, which you have to pay for, but you can record a video on Zoom and push it right to Facebook Live at the same time.
Okay, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yes. Yeah. You then provided it all works, which we never really know. It says it's all working, so this is great. So you then download that video onto your computer, and you upload it to YouTube.
Okay.
Now, who owns YouTube?
Google.
And who are we trying to impress in the world to rank and search? Google.
Yeah.
So it's double bang for your buck. You get a live video to Facebook like we're doing, and then I'll download this and upload it to my YouTube channel, and small business owners that are interested in this kind of consultation can then watch it.
Yeah, right. So that all comes with the Zoom account, which you said was about $30 a month, correct?
I think it's actually only 15.
15.
15.
$15 a month.
Yeah, and there's different ways to do it. You don't have to do this if you're going to do a Facebook Live just you. I don't think you need the Zoom integration. I like to do it side by side like we're doing here. And then now let's talk about YouTube. YouTube is the second biggest search engine next to Google. Google owns it. You can embed videos from your YouTube channel into your blog posts. That creates phenomenal linking. And there are people that love to watch YouTube. Nothing builds your know, like, and trust factor like a YouTube channel. I mean, I can read about you all day. It's not until you see you, and you came recommended to me through Chris, so I never actually saw you. We talked and texted a bunch. But to your point before, you've watched my TED Talk. That TED Talk has nothing to do with what I do as a person, but my potential.
It showed me who you were, right? Even though I had met you prior to that, it showed me who you were. And I think that also comes with the importance of share on social media, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thinking behind YouTube as well. Now,
build your know, like, and trust factor.
Right.
No,
right.
and they need to know you. And you're asking people to, come into my home. And so when you're a hyperactive parent like I am, I don't let it just anybody in.
No, sure. No, yeah, understood. Or understandable, right? Especially during COVID, right?
Right.
So there's YouTube. Now, where do you stand on other social medias? Where do you stand on Instagram and other ones? Because Instagram personally is the one I'm active on with, as a person, right?
Because you're 22.
Instagram. Yeah, I'm 22. So Instagram is what I use. I don't use Facebook. I don't use Twitter. I don't use anything but Instagram. So.
Okay, so I would not recommend Twitter for you. I don't think it's necessary right now. So don't worry about that one. Instagram is phenomenal. Again, to build the know, like, and trust factor, there's a lot of women on Twitter. on Instagram, which is great. Yeah. And there's a lot of people your age on Instagram. Yeah. So I definitely make sure that you use the right hashtags. Yeah. Always be hashtagging Doylestown. Always be hashtagging moving company, or whatever your hashtags are going to be. Yeah. And here's one that that I'm not playing around with, but I've been watching very closely during COVID, and that is TikTok.
So it's funny you say that, because even before COVID, right, there's a lot of pressure in real estate to be active on social media, right?
Sure.
And just before COVID had arose, TikTok is where they were trying to push realtors into. Now, me personally, I'm not active on TikTok. Like, my little sister is active on TikTok, right? But I don't know, maybe it is an avenue to explore.
So I thought TikTok, first of all, let me just be clear, and this is me getting way too personal with people. I'm addicted to TikTok to the point where I have to regularly delete it off my phone, and then I'm like jonesing for TikTok, like, wait, where is it? It is hilarious. If you are experiencing stress during COVID and you need a good escape and you want to see utter lunacy, get on TikTok. Yeah. One of the hottest markets moving on TikTok right now are moms.
Is that right?
Huge. I don't know about I haven't really looked at the demographics of it. There's a couple of dads. There are realtors on there. There is a divorce attorney on there with over 1 million followers.
You're not talking about the one in Doylestown.
No. I'm just saying, like, what I've seen. Yeah. And so if businesses can be successful on there, you guys can be successful on there. You have to be funny. Yeah. You have to be appropriate. I mean, like, there's a lot of inappropriate stuff on TikTok as well. It can be kind of funny, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't also recommend, like,
manner.
And I wouldn't recommend, like, dancing, like, there's all those crazy.
I thought that's awesome. Personally, up until this moment, I thought that's all that TikTok was.
No.
Dancing.
Oh gosh, no.
No. It's like Vine. Are you familiar with Vine?
I was.
Vine was, right? So is it just short clips like Vine?
It is.
Kind of. Maybe I'll go on TikTok tonight.
And trust me, you're gonna be like this for hours. Like, oh my God, that's hysterical. But really look up, like, important hashtags to you. Look up real estate agents on TikTok. I mean, that's all you really have to do. Google your people. Search for your people within that platform.
And they are videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I as of right, like, I can see a world where I use TikTok, right? Like during these jobs, right? I see a world where TikTok is something I do.
Right.
I'm gonna have to I'll look into it tonight. And
so if you take the pictures that you took of my move, and again, you're gonna have to really look at how this is done and stitch them together in a TikTok video. Plenty of people are doing this. And then come in, or I can send you pictures of what the house looks like now.
Right.
That, like, you'll understand. There's a lot of that on TikTok.
So you could make a slideshow, essentially. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full-length video. It could be a slideshow.
And then you can share the TikTok videos onto Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, and so that's, I guess, what's good with Instagram as well, is that Facebook owns Instagram, and whatever you think about antitrust law, you know,
Or not. You don't.
I'm not a fan of it, but yes, I mean, so I mean, I think my focus should be Facebook or Google, the Google My Business,
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yes, I do just want to float an idea before, and I
Sure.
know this is like, me turning on the water hose and you're like drowning.
No, no,
Oh my
no.
God. And I tend to have that effect on people. But the one thing I do want you to really consider at this point is your LinkedIn profile. I haven't actually even looked at it.
I don't. So there's not one for all in one. I have one in, for real estate, but not for all in one.
So your job then is to have, I don't know how many connections you have on there, but we want you to have at least 500,
Yep.
all local.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can obviously, I don't really care who you connect with, but
Right.
you're a hyper local market. So keep
Yep.
your marketing and your connections local and
Yep.
connect with everybody. The mayor of Doylestown. I want you to connect with all the real estate agents. I want you to connect with a lot of different, organizations, whatever, estate sale people. I want everybody to be connected with you so that when there's a small job to be done or one of those handyman jobs that needs to be done quickly, you're the one that comes top of mind.
Yeah.
I set a Corona goal of getting 10,000 connections on LinkedIn, and I'm almost there.
Is that
So,
right?
yeah, there's something magic as you build your network on LinkedIn. There's something magical that happens. So like you would have access to people that I'm connected to.
Right.
And I make this offer to everybody. If there's someone that you want to get connected to and you want an invitation, just let me know, and I'm happy to connect you on LinkedIn.
Well, and what's cool about LinkedIn, I guess, is that you can connect with random people who you don't know. That's part of the difference, I think, with Facebook, right? Facebook is you don't really friend people that are just strangers to you. I mean, maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but that's kind of the way I saw it.
Yeah, and with LinkedIn, I mean, at the heart of LinkedIn is the theory and a belief that they want you connecting with people that you know. I use it to connect to people that I want to get to know.
Yeah. So I thought my impression of LinkedIn was that it was more on a professional basis.
It is. It's completely professional. So we don't post pictures of our cats. We don't post pictures of our lunch or your girlfriend or whatever. We just want to post pictures of you professionally. And I can tell you that, you could post the picture of, okay, here's the moving truck that's filled, or, that, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Or a 10-item punch list of an inspection report, and you guys got it done so the house could close.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that all sounds good. I mean, I think I have quite a bit of homework.
I'm really good at giving homework.
I could tell. I'm sure the daughters love that.
Oh yeah. Well, you should see they've already assembled all the other furniture that came in. They've been busy up there. They're out of school now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my sister, she's planning to move back to college in July. So, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed they all go back.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, did you have any other questions for me?
No, I think I have an idea of what direction I need to go, which was very helpful, Jen. I really do appreciate it. Now, if I do come across any questions while I'm doing this, is it okay if I reach out to you? That would
absolutely. Be my there's two ways to reach out to me. First, well, you actually have my cell phone number, so I don't really give that out. But for the rest of the public, you can find me at jennifergardella.com. And you just book a call right on the upper toolbar. It says book a call. So feel free to do that. Anybody that has any questions, I'm here to help you guys.
Yeah. And so I guess I will get these things set up, or at least the important ones set up, hopefully by the end of the day, but I'm not promising that. And then this is going on Facebook, right?
And right now, apparently.
Okay, so then I'll post underneath once this is all set up.
And I know that the Doylestown area can really use you, and so yeah, get it all set up, and we'll help you out.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
Bye.